So the topic for today's live is my ex-boyfriend is dating somebody new and you're struggling to move on. So there are many things that are happening in this scenario. If you guys have questions about this, if you're going through this right now and you have questions, or if you want to share your experience, feel free to put it in the comments and I will do my best to answer them live. And then if I don't get to it live, then I'll answer it in the comments afterwards. Okay, so your ex is dating somebody new. And my question to you is, why do you even know this? So if he's your ex, good practices are to cut off all communication and to not be watching their Instagram. So most likely, if you know that they're dating somebody new, it's because you're creeping on their Instagram and you shouldn't be. And the reason why you should stop watching all of their social media and stop keeping tabs on what they're doing is because if you want to heal and move forward, you have to completely disconnect from that person in order to create that space to heal. So with every person that you've ever met in your life, with everything in this entire world, you have an energetic connection to. And you have it's called an energetic cord. So you have an energetic cord to this person and you've left part of your energy with them. You've left, there's that connection there with them. And so it's so important to cut the cords, to cut that connection so that you're not leaking energy anymore. So we're not going to do it today, but if you sign up for my masterclass that's happening next week, the link is in the bio. I'll put the link in the comments at some point. We're going to be doing this together, but today I want to just walk you through a process of taking back your energy, taking back all of your attention and your focus back to yourself so that you can start focusing on yourself, your own healing, the things that you need to be doing for yourself, and completely disconnect from your ex, because all it's doing is re-triggering you and bringing you back to all of the things that hurt you and that, has you in the place that you are right now, which is, heartbroken. And we want you to move forward with that. We want you to move past that. And in order to do that, you need to take back your energy. So I have some comments. I'm just going to go through them. My husband and I were together 15 years. 3 weeks ago, I gave birth to our third child. Who's in love with someone else. I can't disconnect because there are 3 kids. How do I deal with her being in my child's life? Okay, so that is a great question, Christina. Thank you so much for sharing that. So the question is, if you have kids with somebody, and how do you disconnect from the father and not have that be triggering to you? So I know this is very, very hard, but if you have kids with this person, then what I'm about to show you is going to be you're going to have to do it more than once. So every time that you see them or have to talk to them, you're going to have to cut the cords and take your energy back. There's forgiveness work that you can do on forgiving the whole situation. I know it might be hard to forgive this person for betraying you, but there's forgiveness work that that will help. And the other thing that I highly recommend, that we won't go through today, but we will go through in the masterclass, is tapping. So if you haven't heard of tapping, it's also known as EFT, emotional freedom technique. And what that is it's a somatic healing approach. So it's almost like a talk therapy. So you take something that has you feeling triggered. So for example, your ex, as soon as you hear his name or you see his name on your phone or whatever it is, you feel your body tense up and get rigid, and you're oh, why? I hate him, or I don't like the situation. You have all these thoughts and feelings that show up for you, and that's because you have an energetic connection. And I forget what it's called right now, but basically in your brain, it says this person equals, I hate this, I feel disgusted, I don't want to deal with this. So while we tap, so the tapping points, it's tapping is acupuncture without the needles. So as we're tapping on these energetic points and we're telling the story of, oh my God, this person betrayed me, I can't believe he did this, blah, 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 whatever the story is, we're calming down the nervous system. So that emotional or physical response that you get in your body when you see your ex's name show up on your phone, that's a nervous system response. So with tapping, we're neutralizing the nervous system completely. We're working it until we get back to neutral. And once you're in neutral, your body and your mind is no longer in fight or flight response, and you're able to think clearly. And this is so important if you have kids, because you have things to do aside from be mad at your ex. And a lot of the times you're struggling to make ends meet or whatever it is. So you need to have a clear mindset so that you can move forward and do what's best for you and your kids. So we bring you back to neutral. And once you're in neutral, your body's now in resting state, which is also known as healing state. So once you're in healing state, your subconscious mind is now open. And once your subconscious mind is open, it's open to being reprogrammed. It's open to being reprogrammed with a new story. So if before your ex in your brain equals, ugh, I hate him, or whatever that reaction or thought is for you, now we can change that to, and maybe it's not like, oh, I love him or whatever, but it could be like, at least I'm grateful that he shows up for my kids. At least he's in my kids' lives. At least I know that, whatever good thing you can find about the man, and change that story, change that narrative so that when you think of him, you can just have gratitude for him instead of anger and resentment. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense for you, if that helps kind of understand what's happening energetically. It's basically relax your mind. Yes, it is basically relax your mind, put yourself back into a neutral space, and bringing you back to peace. Yes, that helps. Thank you. Okay, awesome. I'm so happy that helps and that makes sense. So we are going to be going through tapping in the masterclass. How do you get an ex to get over you? Oh, that's a great one, Leanne. I love that question. Okay, so how do you get an ex to get over you? Everything I do is energetic first and mindset first, but this sounds more like an energetic thing to me. So what I would do is I would imagine my universe, like my little bubble, and I would cut cords with this person, cut cords with them, and then it sounds kind of mean, but I have two doors in my energy world and that I see in my mind. One door is the people that I don't want in my life, and the other door is the people that I do want in my life. So I open the door of the people that I don't want in my life, I put him in it, and then I close the door. I close the door, and then sometimes I even seal the door shut so that it just looks like a wall and there is no door, so there's no possibility for them to walk into my life anymore. And I know, again, if you have kids, that they're still going to show up in your life, but we're setting the intention that we're closing off any romantic thoughts or feelings that they might have for you, and make it so that you're unavailable and you're not even an option. Like, you don't exist romantically to him. You're not an option for him romantically. You are the mother of his child. He talks to you to make arrangements, and that's it. So just setting those boundaries energetically is huge, I think, number one. And then, of course, setting those boundaries with him physically in the world, like with communication with him. So if you have to tell him, hey, when you message me stuff like this, that's unacceptable. I'm not responding to these messages. Especially if you've already moved on and you're with someone, even if you're not moved on, but I mean, especially if you've moved on and you have a husband or a fiance or boyfriend, whatever, that can get uncomfortable. So, I would definitely first do it energetically, sealed. Yes. Good. Thank God, Leanne. Seal that shit shut and only open the door for people that are for your highest good, who are coming in, who want to support you and love you and just have a good experience with that person. Those are the only interactions that you want to allow in. So just setting those boundaries energetically will do a lot. Sometimes you don't even have to say them in real life to them. They just feel it and they know. And it's also like, I don't know how to explain it. It's also like a you thing. Like, you know, in high school, there's some of those kids that got picked on because they were vulnerable, because their energy was just like, their energy was different than those of the bullies or those of like the jocks or whatever, that nobody would dare ever pick on them because they just had a different vibe. So you want to embody the version of you who's like, I dare you to fuck with me. Like, I fucking dare you. It's almost a joke. Like, if you fuck with me, it's like you're just making a joke out of yourself. And people can feel that, and people will respond to that without you even having to say anything. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I just want to take a look at my notes. Okay, so in talking about energy, I just want you to be aware of any habits that you have that keep you entangled into your ex's energy. So habits like checking up on them online, habits of allowing those avenues of communication to happen, whether it's like late night texts or like, you know, sometimes you might get flirty or sexual or whatever it is, and it's just you're bored and whatever, anything that like there should be no communication if it's not required. If it doesn't have to do with your kids, then there's no reason for you to talk to them. Anything that keeps you checking up on them or somehow connected to them, any of those habits you're going to want to completely cut off and stop doing. And you're going to want to replace them with habits of creating your own beautiful life. So you know what they say, the best revenge is success, or the best revenge is happiness, your own happiness. So my recommendation and what I guide my clients to do is to focus on back to themselves, bring all their focus and energy back to themselves to create the life that you want in your life. So I hope that makes sense. I am going to take you through a visualization right now that is going to help you call back your energy. So you can either do this now or watch it in the replay, but if you can, get seated and get comfortable and close your eyes and take some nice deep breaths. Relaxing into your body. Breathing in and out, finding your own pace. And we're going to take your energy back. So I want you to call on stage your ex, or this could really be anyone. So if you're having a hard time with any other relationship, whether it's romantic or not, just call that person up on stage and see an energetic cord going from your heart to theirs. And I want you to imagine you calling back your energy, and these energetic cords or these beams of light that are connected to that other person are coming back to you. So they're disconnecting from the other person and they're coming back into your body and just filling you back up. See that happening. Feel that happening. Feeling your energy being completely disconnected from theirs. And when you're done, you can just say goodbye to them and allow them to just drift away off into the darkness. Or you can put them behind the door if you want and close that door. And notice how it feels to have your energy called back to you, like to be filled up with your own energy. Notice how that feels in your body. And I want to take this a step further with you. So I want you to now bring your awareness. So I want you to see in your mind's eye all of your thoughts, all the things that are happening right now for you that you're experiencing, and just witness them. Don't judge. Don't try to push anything away. And now I want you to kind of roll your eyes down, and it's almost like you're looking into your heart space. So you're bringing all of your awareness and attention into your heart space. So you're connecting into your heart, and once you're connected, you're going to feel a shift in your energy and your awareness, and it's going to feel like you've unlocked the door to this like unlimited place of unconditional love. So take a moment, allow yourself to get there. A lot of people cry when they do this. So if you feel yourself tearing up, just know that that's completely normal. I think a lot of us have been disconnected from ourselves for so long that we forget what that feeling is of unconditional love and just being connected to ourselves. So just be gentle with yourself. And just notice the difference in your body. Just notice what you feel and what's coming up for you. This is where your truth is. This is where you feel connected to yourself. And this is where I want you to spend time with yourself every single day, at least once a day, whether it's at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, just making it a habit to connect into this place. And the last thing I want to leave you with is I want you to ask yourself, what do I need right now in this moment? And whatever answer comes through, trust that and then give it to yourself. So it's 1:30 where I am. Maybe you haven't eaten lunch yet. Maybe you haven't gone to the bathroom. It could be something so simple. But just connect in with yourself and ask yourself, what do you need? And you can sit here for a little bit longer and keep probing and asking more questions if you want. And when you're ready, you can come out of your meditation. Let me know in the comments what came up for you, what you felt. I would love to know your experience. But that is my number one way that I help women reconnect in with themselves, is by connecting them back into their heart space. And I find that it's so powerful, especially because that's like where your truth lies. And we know the answers deep down inside, but we have to like disconnect from the rest of the world and what we're being told that we should do, or, you know, what we're expected to, and come back to like, what is our truth? Like, there is no one size fits all for everybody. So what is it that you need? What is it that you are feeling? And allow yourself to feel that, and allow yourself to give you what you want, because no one else is going to take care of you and love you and support you the way you are. So I feel like that is our work, is to support ourselves, to heal ourselves, to give us everything that we've ever wanted from the world, but give it to ourselves. So that is all I have for you guys today. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.